Hello, 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 and Joe Ventures back here. And today we're going to have a quick look at the devlog that is just released for November 2019. I was thinking, since I love Prehistoric Kingdom so much, from now on I might do a quick video just covering what's been shown to us in these devlogs. Now today's devlogs is not as quite as long as the others, but we still got some really interesting stuff to see. So, okay. Welcome to November's development update. Getting closer to the holiday season, the team's been busy conceptualizing, revising, creating new ideas and assets for the project, such as using this time. So now we got a new member of the team, Liz. This month we welcome a new member to the team, Liz. As an additional skin design artist, she'll be taking on a variety of roles such as finalizing VIP backer skins and creating new designs for future content. Now that'll be epic, because these two skins that she's got here is the first one is the Torvosaurus and the second one is the Lambeosaurus. This was before the remake for the Lambeosaurus, but this just shows how skilled she is. Like, these skins are incredible. I like especially the Torvo. I like the on the face and the orange on the back. I really like how that came out, and also the splotches and like patterns on the Lambeosaurs, like a kind of dull but still interesting. I really like those kind of patterns. I can't wait to see what more skins she'll do for VIPs and also the future content. Okay, development progress. Last month we talked about to update our engine in order to utilize some of its newer features and fixes. While the mechanics are mostly untouched by this upgrade, visuals and a number of asset packages broke themselves into a rather severe fashion. So with the update, just a few things went wonky. Because of this, we sadly weren't able to work on new features for the better part of the month. I had to delegate programming time to fix areas in the game that were affected. In the meantime, the team's been able to sit down and revise a handful of mechanics not yet implemented that feel too bloated or unfocused in the design. As a small team, we're important to remain realistic and push things to the back burner if they aren't absolutely essential to the core playable experience. So they spent this time that they had just to go back and revisit some things, which is obviously quite smart. Now we're getting to programming. Modular building. Pieces, and pieces. There are about 66 unique shapes for roof and wall pieces per texture. Curved walls, round slopes, slated roofs, gables, NVs, height variations, slope variants. All the expected building blocks are here to help, as well as some nice additions such as roof end pieces and flat NVs. So a lot of these modular pieces are more similar to something like Planet Zoo or Planet Coaster, where you'll be able to design your own little buildings and such, which should be quite interesting. Not all these pieces have been added at this time, but these are overview shots that should offer a solid look at the different components that are available to construct, even if they currently have a beautiful temporary development texture. So a lot of these are temporary textures, but it really gives you a good idea of what they're planning to put in. So you see like these flat pieces, slated roofs here, and curved up here. There's the curved walls and just the flat walls. It allows us to better make roofs and such. System will be quite similar to, obviously with some differences, but I think Planet Coaster / Planet Zoo is probably the best example of something to compare by, because modular building, the devs really want to push this. Next month we'll be moving on to development for the UI for texture selection, advanced editing, and a handful of other props. So what's going to happen, they're just going to keep on going with that and really flesh out this modular building system. Here we get into the species spotlight. Now a lot of these have been like updated from their textures from the past models. We'll get into that soon, but here we've been seeing the remaining of the 4 stars that were shown. And what we've got here is, after the Megatherium, now we're going to get every 2 weeks we're going to get a new 5 stars. So we'll get like Brachiosaurus, Tyrannosaurus, Mammoths, Smilodon, that coming over the next every 2 weeks instead of every week now. So here we see the Coelodonta and Tequilus, or the woolly rhinoceros, and I gotta say, compared to the old one, this just looks incredible. The Acrocanthosaurus didn't get quite a texture update. I mean, they just got a texture update, but nothing too game game changing in terms of any changes to the model. Because really, the model was already pretty good as it was. Now the Lambusaurus, that one really did get a little upgrade. You see the updated crest instead of the big skin flap. It's a little bit more shrink wrapped, so to say. It's not really shrink wrapped. It's just that the skin fold over the crest was very speculative, and I think they just decided to take it back a bit and make it look a little bit more distinct. And I really liked how the textures on this one came out as well. Like you can see the wrinkles here, and it's just really nice looking. And here we get to the coup de grace, the Megatherium. Now the Megatherium was one of my least favorite animals originally, just because it was like not that accurate to the actual animal, and the textures were not very good. But here, now it's kind of like shot up to one of my favorites, because you see here the nose has been updated to look more like the actual animal, because Megatherium had a very big bulbousy nose because it was a browser. And we see that the feet, we can't really see the feet here, but we'll see when the changes have been a little bit more updated. So now it walks on the side of its feet instead of the flat foot. And then we see the skins and the social requirements. All these pictures are up on Twitter and the Discord, so I won't go too much into these, and you can have a quick look for yourself. And here we have some more art, modular theme concept art. Behind the scenes, there are a lot of roof and raw pieces in Prehistoric Kingdom, each with their own texture like wood, stone, and metal. We've created a handful of design sheets to act as a guide for piece designs. Today we're showing some of the artwork. So a lot of these here are just different versions of the same. I assume there's going to be a lot of glass pieces, so you can make like greenhouses and a lot of really cool, interesting buildings. So we'll move on. You can have a look at those. Included as part of the modded theme, the translucent glass said helps cover all of your basic viewing and window needs. Basic divided pattern and embellished glass designs assist in shaping the feel of your park and open up new options for player theming. So just more things to play with. And here's the next set. Since it's Prehistoric Kingdom, our ancestors need some kind of representation, right? Of course. Gathering resources and references inspired by Paleolithic and Neolithic architecture, a modular Stone Age theme has been planned for launch. Now this is cool. I really like, because we also have a lot of Ice Age animals like mammoths and smilodons and such. So I think it's really cool that they're adding a Paleolithic theme, because a lot of that is just really interesting architecture. So here we see the tethered wall, monument stone, rustic wall, dry stone, chalk wall. Apparently it's got rounded sides and thatch roofing, so that'd be kind of similar to an African theme. So these pieces differ from regular walls by including unique meshes with bumps, extrusions, and wooden poles to better capture the feel. So they're a bit more modified than normal ones. These ones, like the rustic wall and monument stone, these won't be basic flat wall pieces. They'll have a little bit more updated textures to them. But that's really cool. It's really cool to see the themes that have been planned. Like personally, there's a lot of really cool things that could easily be in the game, like a safari theme, African theme, like a Aboriginal theme, a Polynesian theme would be cool, Aztec, Native American. Like obviously, not all of those would be in launch, but for post-launch content, there'd be a lot of really cool things you can explore. Quite similar to Planet Zoo in terms of different building themes, so you can pretty much just make the Jurassic Park or Prehistoric Kingdom, as it were, of your dreams. And now we're getting into the animation. Here we see the Mao begun working on the locomotion animations for Carnotaurus this month. And it's an Abelisaur, which they decided to give a more unique rig. So we see here that's the basic walking animation from different angles. I have to say, I really like the sway of it. And it's funny because the Carnotaurus obviously has a little arms. It looks even smaller than T-Rex. It just looks a little awkward, but it clearly doesn't look like it's not holding it back. It's a very nice, smooth animation. This is the walk cycle. Now we get into the run. Now, with the run, I think that the head moves a little too much, because in birds, which is obviously a good reference for dinosaurs like these, tends to be a little bit stiffer as it's walking. But obviously, we don't know that 100% for sure. And I think this is a very nice looking animation. And then we see different angles here. See from the back and from the side and from the top. It'd be cool to see how this evolves in the future, because nothing in these devlogs are really set in stone. So it really just depends on what team decides they want to work on. And now we're getting into audio. What's small, elegant, and absolutely adorable? Not this creature, of course. With large teeth and an interesting body plan, Daodon is one of our more unique mammals in Prehistoric Kingdom. Based on a number of large ungulates, it was important to go beyond the traditional stock pig sounds found in most reconstructions, something grumblier, weirder, and chuffier. We'll have a listen. That's quite a nice set of sounds. I quite like that. You can see like the dark grumbles that a lot of large ungulates had. That would be really cool if they had like a hippo-inspired sound, since hippos are Entelodon's closest living relatives. But for that update, I really like those sounds. I think they did a really good job when it encapsulating like the weight and like the grumpiness of the animal, so to speak. And because it really is a weird animal, it's basically a land hippo. It's just a really weird animal in general. There's nothing like it today. And now we're moving on to the animal showcase. Lambeosaurus, woolly rhinoceros, and giant ground sloth were redone with major changes to the anatomy. Most skin designs were retained, so they didn't really change too much of the skins, but there were tweaks to better reflect the original concept art. And if you want to go to Cindy's art station, she posted the models up there, so you can get a good 3D look at them yourself. So see, you compare. First up is the Lambeosaurus. You can see how the skin has changed. You can see the texture's improved. They got rid of the spikes going along down the back, because that was a bit speculative in the crest. But you can see here it's a little bit not as quite as cartoonish, you could say, because the textures are a little bit more realistic. You can see more in terms of wrinkles along the body. See that the big white patch here is gone and it's been replaced with these stripes. And see a lot of the fluorescence has been dulled down a little bit, but still looks really good. I think, yeah, it's just improved incredibly. And here we see the woolly rhinoceros. We can see that in comparison to this one, it's been a lot dulled out, a little bit more realistic, but you can still see the distinct pattern. And obviously what's really improved is the textures. Like, the textures here for the fur is just incredible. Like, wow. And you can see here it's a lot more noticeable. The texture is a lot more uniform. It isn't kind of going all over the place. You can see the flow of the fur, and the textures of the horn have been improved quite a lot. I think it's just improved in like tenfold. And now we get to the coup de grace. This is the I'll keep that for later, Megatherium, and we see here how it's changed. We can see the improvements in the textures, of course. You can see how, like, even around here, the fur, the cheeks now have a flow to them, and you can see the clumps of hair flowing down the stomach, flowing like how it does in most mammals. And you can also see the texture, the model updates. You can see how the head has been changed quite a lot. The head's a lot more rectangular, and you can see that the nose has been updated, so it's a lot more bulky, like the suspected soft tissue is allowed, and plus it better fits the ecology. We also see here that the toes are not on the side now, which is how Megatherium would have walked in life. We even have footprints showing that they walked on their side of their feet. I think the term is zygodactyl, but I could be wrong. We see here how that's changed, and that'll reflect in the animation. And now we've got a little surprise here. We see, as a surprise announcement, we're lucky enough to have a special guest redesign one of our one and only ferocious feline for the model revamp coming up. Working on it with our good friend and famous paleo artist Fred Warren, we will be proud to showcase a new skin variants for Smilodon. So a lot of these animals are getting texture updates, and some of the older ones are getting model updates, like the Megatherium, just to better reflect the quality that's improved since they were first made. So, what first we'll see is Smilodon. First we see here is the Smilodon fatalis, the North American Smilodon. You see it's got a nice, it looks incredible. I like the reddish brown across the face and how it fades into the more clouded leopard-like pattern on the body here. I really do enjoy that. And as we see, it's fatalis, so it's not quite as long and bulky as Poplita that's coming up next. Because this actually better fits also the environment, because fatalis, I believe, is meant to live in a more forested habitat, because it was competing with American lions and other big megafaunal predators. And now we'll move on to the two Poplita skins. We see here this one is a slightly more quote-unquote realistic pattern, since Smilodon poplita was living in South America and was kind of like the top predator with Octotherium and a lot of other mega predators there going extinct during the megafaunal exchange. So see there's a little bit more similar to a lion, which is a more open, even though you still see here the interesting patterns here, which looks really nice, and you can see that the different reflections of the anatomy, a little bit longer build, you can see the longer face, and just more bear-like, a lot more, it's like a long bear, that's what I like to call it. And we see here this one's a little bit more solid, and I like this one, it's like a rustic color. I think they did a really good job. Fred did a really good job with these skins. He should feel very proud of himself. We can't thank Fred for helping us enough. You can find more of his work. You can, if you read this yourself, or go to Fred Wyvern's DeviantArt or page on ArtStation, you should really give that a check out. He's a really good artist. Now we see here some of the community spotlights, some of the people that post art, just fan art. And we see Dino DJ, the good lad, has posted a couple here. We see a Dilophosaurus and Torvosaurus. And Marikana has done some like cartoonish designs for the Prehistoric Kingdom animals. Here we see like the Carnotaurus, the Utaranus, I like that, and the Baryonyx here. And I think they did a really good job, like characterizing creating a character for the PK design. So I think they really did a good job on that. We see here, I'm not sure how Phil did this, but I really like how they did the crown. It's Crowdy, the good old logo for the new logo for Prehistoric Kingdom. And thank you for reading this devlog and for watching this video. I would thank you a lot if you liked and subscribe, and also follow the great work at Prehistoric Kingdom. Thank you, and